askari ama maaskari wanatoa binduki, wanapiga watu risasi, mtu 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 na wanawaua. Siku yenye watu wameenda airport, wamechukua mwili ya Raila Odinga, wamekuja nayo Kasarani, wamekuja kuomboleza kiongozi, alafu mnaua Wajaluo wengine 5.
This Sunday, Raila Odinga, the man who fought his entire life against oppression, will finally be laid to rest.
Mwanangu jali haina kinga.
And after he has departed to join his ancestors, the young people of this great nation have decided to settle scores with the president.
Have you seen all those things, guys? I think it's the high time we wake up and rest this country. My goodness, these people...
Ruto seems to have decided to use Raila's death as a smokescreen to execute his evil.
This man signed 8 bills into law before announcing to the country that Raila has passed on.
And the young people of this nation are telling him, we see what you're doing and we will deal with you after laying our hero to rest. If you love this kind of content, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. Now let's get to the video. You see, when Raila took his last breath, something in this country broke, but something else also woke up. For months, Gen Z had gone silent, beaten down by fear, disillusionment, and endless intimidation from a government that seems to thrive on suffering. But Raila's death has changed everything. At Kasarani Stadium, where thousands gathered to view his body, they came not just to mourn, but to remember what he stood for. Yet, instead of peace, bullets rained on mourners.
This is the exact moment shots were fired at Kasarani. Watch closely.
2 young Kenyans, maybe more, died for simply showing love to the man who fought against exactly that kind of brutality.
Which offense did these Kenyans commit? To be scattered, tear gas to be lobbed at them, and live bullets to be shot at them.
Imagine the irony. The same government that Raila challenged for years chose to stain his farewell with blood. This wasn't just another police mistake. It was a message cold, calculated, and cruel.
Sai wako city mochari, na bado kuna mama mwenye risasi imekwama kwa mapaja yake.
But what Ruto doesn't realize is that every bullet fired at a mourner has planted a seed of rebellion. Raila is gone, but his spirit has been multiplied in the hearts of millions. On the very day that Raila's death was announced, the president used the chaos and the grief to sign 8 punitive bills into law. Bills that choke freedom of expression, silence the youth, and erase the same freedoms that Raila fought for. The freedom of speech, a right that Raila defended with his own blood.
Mwambia truth to power. Hapana tishwa, hapana ogopa. Unaogopa nini?
It's almost as if Ruto wanted to bury Raila's ideals even before the man himself was laid to rest.
And we cannot be led by a government that is busy signing bills when Raila has passed away.
But Kenya has seen this before. Around the world, Gen Z movements have brought down governments. From Nepal to Madagascar, from Sri Lanka to Morocco.
Another African government has fallen, and Gen Z lit the match. Madagascar's military took control on October 14th. Now a colonel's in charge. Rajoelina is out. MPs impeached him. Soldiers defected, and within hours, a colonel was on state TV saying the military's in charge now.
In every case, it started with a single moment of awakening, a single spark. And right now, that spark is Raila Odinga's death.
You cannot limit what Raila fought for.
The massive crowds pouring into Kisumu, Nairobi, and across the nation aren't just mourning a leader. They are gathering strength. They are reminding the system that power does not belong to the State House, that it belongs to the people. William Ruto is a man standing on borrowed time. His presidency survived only because Raila Odinga gave him space to rule, to prove that peace was possible. But instead of learning, Ruto has become worse.
They showed up in their numbers to pay respect one final time to a man that they respected and believed that has their solution to all their political problems. But in the end, all they got was tear gas, chaos, and pandemonium. Begging the question, could this have been handled better? Could it have been handled in a more humane way?
He continues to silence critics, weaponize the police, and he continues to forget that leadership is service, not dominance. Now, Raila Odinga is gone, and with him gone, the last shield between Ruto and the wrath of the people has been lifted. This Sunday, when Baba is laid to rest, the chapter of mourning will close. But what follows will shake the nation to its core, because Gen Z has made up their mind. The same group that once brought the economy to its knees in peaceful protests is preparing again. Only this time, they are not asking for dialogue. They are demanding justice. And their message is simple. You killed the dreamer, but you cannot kill the dream.
Papa was a strong advocate of the freedom of speech and expression in this country. And one of the bills is stifling that freedom.
Ruto should be very afraid, because this isn't politics as usual. This is personal. Every mother who has lost a child to police bullets, every youth who has been tear-gassed for speaking the truth, every Kenyan who has watched their hopes stolen by lies, they are all uniting under one banner. Never again. The streets are calling. And once Raila Odinga is laid to rest, the young will rise. Not in hate, but in honor of everything that Baba stood for.
If you're mourning Baba and you related with him and you idolized him or you followed him, we must embody the spirit of Baba inside us. Fight for a better country and fight for this nation to get where it's supposed to be.
Ruto can deploy police, sign new laws, and flood the airwaves with propaganda. But he cannot silence the awakening of a generation. Because Raila's death didn't end the struggle. It has reignited it. And this time, it will not stop until Kenya is free again.
Wale waruke za political genius hebu kujeni hapa. Niulize, how is shooting Raila's biggest supporters on the day of the viewing of his body at Chess Wharf?
Ni sisi tu ndo hatujitumi, but tukitaka inaweza ikatendeka. Look at these beautiful scenes watu wakitembea. We have the numbers. Tuko na nguvu. We have the oomph. Cheki hapa airport. Tuliingia ndani. Tukafika mpaka kwa ndege na mpaka ndani ya ndege. Eish baba. Who is the king of maandamano? Even in your absence, you're still telling us, my children, you still got it. Mimi sijasema kitu. But I don't believe in coincidences. Yes. Whatever you're thinking, I'm also thinking.
Did you see that there was a difference between how the political class was treated during this mourning period and how the normies, I guess as normies, were treated? One side got first-class tickets, some of them, walipanda ndege, very demure, very cutesy. The others got pew-pew and tear gas. But you guys still think that this is a tribal war. It's a political and class war. But if you haven't figured that out by now, why would you expect that there'd be no police brutality while you're going to mourn or view the body of a man who, while he was alive, had made a political alliance with the man who was killing you, using the same police brutality against you just months prior? You thought you were shielded because Tuko in government. This is why I keep on saying it's a political and class war. It's not a tribal war. He secured that for himself, not for you guys as well. So why would you think that there'd be no police brutality for you guys?
Are you saying it will be very, very difficult for the president come 2027?
Even to
without Raila.
Even to make it to 2027.
What are you talking about?
Because one thing is, Raila gave him numbers that could support his agenda.
Wow.
That one thing we must know. Raila gave him numbers that could support his agenda. And if those numbers combine with the forces that are outside, those numbers can even impeach William Ruto even tomorrow.
Here's something to think about. I know people have been talking about how everything that is happening is not a coincidence. I believe the delay was meant to create question marks on the cause of death, and that creates discord based on our politics. People will start saying that it's Kasongo, etc., and they are distracted from the 8 bills that were passed at the same time. I believe they also knew that with the death, there'll be sharp divisions in terms of how it'll be received, because some people already felt betrayed, some people see him as a hero. But fact remains that these bills are going to affect every single one of us. So they are counting on the discord that happens based on the conversations that we are currently having on the death. If you look at the videos of the individuals who are mourning, they're claiming that Kikuyu Gen Zs are the ones who are celebrating the death. And if you look at this particular video, there are people who are saying that, look at the Luos, they're so unmanageable. The political class can actually capitalize on this, because we know there's such a thing as revenge votes. And some people will vote some people in to send a message to the Kikuyu, Gen Zs, etc. Because if you go with how our current politics is structured, the Nyanza bloc, the coastal bloc, Kibera votes are up for grabs. That's why I told you guys that let us give the people who are mourning Raila the time to grieve. Let us do what we are supposed to do in the meantime, because that is what they have to do. Then if it's not important for us to do that, then let us do the things that we are supposed to do. Things like this, having the right types of conversations as we let the others grieve. Because to be honest, some things don't actually matter, like this. Because there are Kenyans who are working under this authority, and they might have been affected positively by the leadership of the late. Just some food for thought until the next video.
Subscribe.